have come out to see a Panthers team that has risen to an all-time bet.
The crowd in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse is on its feet. He's blocked at the net. Pitt just certainly showing how solid they are. This is a team that's going to be interesting moving forward in the ACC.
And blocked by the Panthers. Lund, the big hit, and really no chance. Lund blocked out of bounds. What a match here in Pittsburgh as the Panthers win it and making history with a best season start in school history.
Here's Ende once again out of the middle. And the big block was there. One from the back row. And that will do it. Hail to Pittsburgh. The Panthers have clinched the ACC.
It starts as a game, a gathering of friends. And slowly, as some begin to sit back, others stand out. The joy of playing turns to passion. And as the skills develop, so do the minds. And they begin to seek challenges, peers, and mentors to further their abilities and opportunities. The love and passion becomes a thirst for people in a place
we make history today in Pittsburgh
that will embrace and push, a hunger for excellence, and to be in and among champions. These are the dreamers, scholars, leaders. These are the guides, teachers, mentors. And this is the opportunity, the challenge, the place. This is Pitt Beyond the Script.
This week on Pitt Beyond the Script, champions abound on the gridiron and on the court.
Hail to Pittsburgh. The Panthers have clinched the ACC.
We'll sit down with head coach Pat Narduzzi to recap the victory at Wake Forest.
Zeros on the clock. Charlotte, here come the surging Panthers.
The Panthers are now nationally ranked, champions of the ACC's Coastal Division, and headed to the ACC championship game after a final season contest with Miami. Plus, you'll hear from the head of another Panthers program gaining momentum, men's basketball coach Jeff Capel, and hear about his love for the game. This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Everybody know what this is. I ain't got to say much, man. Do what we do. Ball out on three. 1, 2, 3. Ball out.
We got a beautiful day for Pitt football, okay? We get it done today, the Pitt way, with toughness. We have fun, we enjoy the game. 1-0 today, let's go!
A great day for college football, and a chance to compete for an ACC championship is on the line here today.
Carney going nowhere. Great pursuit that time.
A fake. Pickett wants to throw it. He does. And wide open is Taysir Mack for a first down across midfield.
New running back in the game, but Newman throws it. It's deflected and picked. Incredible reaction from DeMar Hamlin.
Pocket collapses. Down he goes. Back inside the 45-yard line. Cam Bright. Panthers spread the field. Pickett with time. Throws it down the field. What a grab by Maurice French.
Leaping grab one-handed. Sports Center, get ready for that one.
Big time play.
From the 3. It's Hall into the end zone, untouched. That's the Pitt football we're looking for.
We need the best version of you, and we will win this game. Let's play with great fundamentals and making the play when it's your time to make the play. Y'all better be ready to fight. This is college football. Anybody can win a game. We got 30 minutes. I want you fired.
Hey guys, we're right there. It's 30 minutes. We just find a different way to do it.
swallowed up, tackled inside the 10 by Patrick Jones II.
Ripped down to the backfield by Jones, who's been all over the place today.
Detail.
Panthers go high on 2nd and 11. Play action fake. Pickett wants to throw it. On a nice play is Aaron Matthews.
They need 12 yards. Trey Tipton is going to be spotted a yard shy.
4th and 1.
I think you go for it here.
Yeah, I think you do too.
Olison takes it right at the sticks. He's met, but he muscles ahead. First down, Pittsburgh.
And they deploy a shotgun set for Kenny Pickett.
Pickett gets the snap, wants to throw it. He does. Timing pattern, end zone, touchdown! Rafael Araujo-Lopes was wide open.
Dane Jackson, he comes and he lays the lumber.
Fires a bullet, and on his way is Taysir Mack. He outruns him. He gets to the 10. He gets to the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Kenny Pickett, have yourself a day.
He gets the snap. Fires for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Maurice Prince with a dagger to the Deacons.
This is the Kenny Pickett Pitt fans have been waiting to see.
Pitt fans have taken over the crowd right now.
Throws the pass, and it's intercepted. Jason Pinnock comes up the sideline. Pickett rolls right, lateral.
Stefano Millen.
He's down to the 10.
Touchdown!
Into the end zone.
Brian O'Neill, but no, it's Stefano Millen.
They've won 5 straight games in the ACC, and Narduzzi gets a bath.
Zeros on the clock. Charlotte, here come the surging Panthers.
That was cold. That was cold. Coming, baby. One more in the season. Yeah. That's why we stay home, baby, to change the culture.
You players, you set history today. You have won Pitt's first coastal championship.
You are one step closer to what you want to be. It's a heck of a win. I think we need to sing that fight song again. Make it loud. We going to the shit. Yeah. Let's go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go.
Hey Pittsburgh!
What's up, Pitt fans? Sports fans?
We've got a brand new show
that you're gonna love.
It doesn't matter what your sport.
We got them all covered.
behind the scenes,
interviews with players and coaches, and lots of highlights.
So if you like sports,
stories about great people and character,
this show is for you.
Pitt Beyond the Script.
Tune in, set your DVR.
Thursdays and all through the week.
Pitt
Beyond the Script.
Boom.
What a phenomenal world we live in, where the impossible is anything but. No matter the game, we are always playing for Pittsburgh. On the biggest stages, amplifying the quietest voices, leveraging knowledge for society's gain, the builders of the future. We empower minds. We ignite fire and soar higher. Hail to Pitt.
To be a leader in business, you need a global perspective. The strength and the reputation of the University of Pittsburgh Joseph M. Katz Graduate School of Business gives you a world of opportunity. Our Executive MBA Worldwide program is tailored to the unique needs of high-level business executives. The hands-on program will advance your career and your global network as you study on campus and abroad. Be ready to lead in a global world. Be Katz ready.
Hey, keep focusing on the details. Great coverage. Let's go. Details. Hey, details and discipline, baby.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Rob King. The Panthers coming off an impressive road victory at Wake Forest. We'll talk about the implications of that victory coming up in just a minute. But first I wanted to ask you about that first half because we're so used to so many offensive explosions. What was it like to be in a low-scoring first half?
I felt like I was back at the beginning
beginning of the season again. I thought we started the season all over again. You know, we've been pretty explosive. I think we had 9 explosives on the day. Unfortunately, most of them were in the second half. But it's just one of those halves. And again, you got to give Wake Forest and Dave Clawson credit. Those kids came out on senior day, which we knew they would, and played with a lot of energy. I think eventually we just kind of wore them out a little bit and started to play our type of game.
I thought the game began to turn a little bit when offensively we went on that 14-play, 85-yard drive. Took almost about 9 minutes of clock. That was really impressive to watch.
Oh, what a pass. Araujo Lopes made the catch on his knees. So Pittsburgh across midfield into Wake territory from the 3. It's Hall into the end zone, untouched. Pittsburgh takes the lead.
Yeah, that was a big drive for our kids, you know, just converting. I think we converted on a 4th down as well on that series, and that's Pitt football right there, and that's what we expect every minute of the game.
Glad you mentioned the 4th down, because that was a big play. How about that catch by Maurice French? I mean, that was incredible.
What play do you have on 3rd and 13? What a catch! Maurice French inside the 5 hauls it in.
It's funny, we talked about winning money down, which is 3rd down, and part of our keys to victory were, to protect the quarterback, to make sure that, Kenny delivered the ball, and to snag the ball, and that's, is exactly, I said want some circus catches out here today, and that was, an unbelievable catch, and we kind of got what we asked for.
What a grab! Well, you called for that. Now, how about at halftime when you're down 10-6? Did you sense it was your team? They knew it was up for grabs. Was there anything that you had to tell them and remind them and refocus them for the second half?
Yeah, it was a matter of just refocusing and not panicking. I mean, I think the worst thing you do at halftime is go in and push the panic button. Like, what are you guys doing? Hey, come on, let's go. We just kind of went into the half, tried to make some adjustments here and there. And I tell you, Dennis Briggs, led at the halftime. I mean, just with the defense side of the ball, the locker room, everybody's on top of each other. So I'm sure the offense heard what he was saying.
I see lost faces. We're getting too far. Let's sit down. Give me your safe. Give me all you got.
But he did a great job of just talking to the guys, from a player's perspective, not a coach. So I didn't have to do anything. I mean, when your seniors take over and your captains take over that locker room, good things can happen. And then, we brought them together, talked about what we needed to do, and came out and played a great second half.
And in the second half, you get that 11-play drive early on in the 3rd quarter. To me, that really seemed to change things. In another 4th down in which you went for it, a lot of confidence in that offense of yours.
Now they have a 4th and 1. Olesen takes it right at the sticks. He's met, but he muscles ahead.
This is speed to power right here. He put his head down.
Yeah, no question about it. We've got to take chances. I think that's where the game of football is going, and I think, there's those statistical things out there that say, hey, you got, to get 10 yards, you got 4 downs, a lot easier than 3. So, I mean, you got to trust, you got to have some good plays, and you got to work your 4th down offense.
Pickett looking, has Mack wide open. This is a defensive breakdown, and Mack takes it all the way down to the Wake Forest 10. Oftentimes, football games come down to a few plays. It feels like this could be one of them right here.
He does. Timing pattern, end zone, touchdown! Rafael Araujo Lopes was wide open on a fade pattern to the left pylon, backside of the end zone.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And Pitt retakes the lead.
You mentioned the big plays, and I'm glad you did, because, again, this stretch of big plays continues, but you're kind of getting it both on offense. You're able to run and have these long, time-consuming drives, as you did a couple of times against Wake Forest, and then all of a sudden, bang, the quick strike and the big play. That is awfully tough to defend.
Pickett to throw. Looking downfield. French, touchdown! Perfect missile from Pickett.
Touchdown, baby! Maurice French with a dagger to the Deacon.
Once you can be two-dimensional and you can throw the ball effectively, then it really opens up your run game. We've been really so one-dimensional, run the ball, and really nobody stopped us at some point. So I think Wake did a good job of stopping us. So they loaded the box. They got a lot of quarters and had their safeties down in that box and triggering and making tackles. So it was time to go after the corners.
And you get a touchdown for an offensive lineman. That's got to be. We talked about George Aston and the fullback. Almost a glorified sort of offensive line scoring, and now this week Millen gets the touchdown.
Pickett throws it back. It's the offensive lineman Stefano Millen into the end zone for Pitt. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Stefano, we'd worked it for the last few weeks, and it was just kind of the right time to run that play. And we needed a touchdown at that point. We needed to make sure that we secured this victory.
And Pittsburgh can taste a trip to Charlotte.
Excellent game from Kenny Pickett, helping to secure that very important victory. We're going to talk about that and the season finale, the regular season finale against Miami when we return on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Zeros on the clock. Charlotte, here come the surging Panthers with an impressive 34-13 win.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off. That's all I gotta say.
Don't go away. Pitt Beyond the Script will return right after this.
As a dancer and a teacher, I'm always thinking about ways to help that student get to where they need to be. And I think a lot of that has to do with what I would like from a coach when I was in college and high school. Came to Pitt to run track. My two loves kind of converged with each other. I am a lecturer and advisor for the Department of Africana Studies here at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm also a United States track and field youth coach.
Honeys, Eric. Fast.
A teaching coach.
When you're setting goals and you're trying to be as good as you can be.
Because I think some coaches just give you information, but a good coach also teaches you about the workouts and about why we do this and explains it to you.
Up and down.
So you can't coach everybody the same way because we have different needs.
That's it, Aiden. You got it.
And it's the same thing in class. We could talk about aesthetics. You may get it quicker than somebody else. So we may have to spend a little bit more time till they get it. And I think the coaching aspect comes with like, okay, let's try to motivate and push. And see where we go from there.
Hand to face, Leo, hand to face. Hand to face, here you go. Drop your arms a little bit, Camille.
You're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
I've loved basketball since I can remember. I've been around it my whole life. My father was a coach. For as long as I can remember, I've always been in locker rooms, and I've always been a part of a team. I think that's the main reason I love it. You get a chance to be a part of a team.
Black. There you go, get back.
I don't think there's any bigger joy than being a part of something bigger than you. And understanding what that means, the responsibility, the sacrifice. And when it's, there's no greater feeling than when it all comes together and you're able to kind of create magic. I call it magic. You're able to create that magic where you become a really good team.
We hit the floor, slide, boom, close out, stop.
I would want the fans to know that we need them. At one point, and it wasn't that long ago, this was one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball. And it was that way for two reasons. Number one was because of teams. But right there, 1 and 1A was the fans. It was the open zoo, the fans, the city, the passion that they had for their university, for their team. And I would want them to know that we need them. We're going to do everything to do our part to bring success back. But in order for us to do that, we need them. It's a partnership. And we need them, we need their energy, we need their passion, we need their support, and we need it every day. Just like we're gonna show up, we need them to show up.
Gowan strikes!
I'm looking forward to watching this team get better and seeing them realize that they're getting better. It's a really cool thing. And now I'm looking forward to putting it all together and watching us grow each day as a team and seeing who we can become.
One right there. Let's go right here.
Pickett steps in. He's got a man open down the field. The long pass will be caught.
When I first started playing flag football, I really just kind of knew that this is what I wanted to do. I was linebacker, safety. I think I played some stand-up D end in high school and D back in high school. I was playing both ways. I did some special teams in high school, so I really just loved the game of football and just playing. No matter what position it was just having fun, doing what you love to do with your boys back home, and really just letting loose.
So Pickett goes shotgun with a slot to the right. He gets the snap, fires for the end zone. Touchdown, baby!
And then quarterback, I just kind of had the strongest arm when I was 5, so that's how it kind of started. And then I just got a love for it and just became really competitive at it. Always wanted to be the best quarterback wherever I went, camps, high school conference, you name it. That was something I strived to be, so that competitive edge kind of took me to where I am now.
Shotgun snap, Pickett with time, throws it down the field. What a grab by Maurice French inside the 5, a leaping grab in front of the defender.
I think a Pitt quarterback has to be a fearless competitor. When the ball gets kicked off and it's time to go, you have to do whatever it takes to win.
It'll be 2 Lou out, 900 strike check on Abel.
One quote that stuck out to me when I was younger, probably say freshman year, I'm not sure who said it, but it was train like you're number 2 and play like you're number 1. I think that goes into really who I am and my work ethic. This game has a lot of life attributes to it. You get knocked down, you got to get back up and keep swinging.
Touchdown! Rafael Araujo Lopes was wide open.
The thing that keeps pushing me is the guys that I'm with every day. When you're around them, they put a smile on your face if you're not feeling good or if you're tired. So it's just stuff like that that just keeps you going.
He's on his way, 15-10, Pickett, touchdown!
The NFL obviously is a dream, but my first dream was playing college football. So I would watch college football every Saturday with my dad and end up falling asleep on the couch.
Pickett back on 3rd and 10. Fires a bullet, and on his way is Kayseer back. He gets to the 10, he gets to the 5, he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
So when people ask me, like, oh, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm living the dream, and I laugh, but I'm actually living my dream out, and it's something that's, really awesome to say, because I don't think a lot of people can say it.
Caught for a touchdown!
Hi, this is Kenny Pickett, quarterback for the Pitt Panthers, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
How about the game Kenny Pickett has played? He's got a career high, both completions and yards.
You already have the initiative to get started. A desire to want more, to be challenged, to be pushed, and to be coached and mentored when you hit hurdles. The professional MBA program at the University of Pittsburgh's Cat School of Business offers hands-on, experience-based learning through an innovative blend of online and in-person courses, allowing you to earn your MBA at your own pace, on your own schedule. Exceed your goals and see new, brighter ones for tomorrow.
What a phenomenal world we live in, where the impossible is anything but. No matter the game, we are always playing for Pittsburgh. On the biggest stages, amplifying the quietest voices, leveraging knowledge for society's gain, the builders of the future. We empower minds. We ignite fire and soar higher. Hail to Pitt.
Gentlemen, to you players, you set history today. You have won Pitt's first Coastal Championship. On behalf of the ACC, this guarantees you being in Charlotte in 2 weeks to play for the Atlantic Coast.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script. And Coach, before we talk too much about the implications of the victory, a couple things I wanted to clean up. First of all, time of possession. You dominated time of possession against Wake Forest.
Those long drives will take care of it, and a lot of 3-and-outs by our defense. I mean, those first 3 series of the second half, we were 3-and-out. I think we had 5 3-and-outs or a 1-and-out if you want to, talk about, DeMar Hamlin's interception or Pinnock's interception. Those really are drive killers and puts the ball back in our offense.
Newman throws it, it's deflected and picked. Incredible reaction from DeMar Hamlin.
What a play.
Newman on second down. Surratt slipped and it's intercepted.
And I'll tell you what Pinnock did. The sophomore from Windsor, Connecticut, just went up over him and took the ball away.
When we can run the ball and eat up that clock, then there's a problem. I think we won the time possession for just about 19.5 minutes. So anytime you got the ball for 40 minutes, you got a really good chance of winning.
Onto the defense in a moment, but it seemed like Wake Forest was almost demanding with what they were doing defensively that Kenny Pickett beat him. And Kenny Pickett, I thought from my vantage point, had maybe his best game. It seemed like there was a lot on his shoulders and he really performed well.
It's downfield to Mack, and he will not be tackled. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On a 3rd and 10, it's a 63-yard catch and run.
When the passing game clicks, it's not just all him, obviously, and it never was before. But Kenny, Kenny was sharp. You being a former old quarterback, gunslinger.
Wish I could play like that.
But he did play well. We had protection. He'll admit, first thing coaches, I had protection. Could get his feet set and throw the ball in the pocket. And I think that's the biggest key. And his receivers made plays.
How much is the offensive line, and how much is it the fact that you run the ball, that helps the pass, you pass the ball, that helps to run? Both those things help the offensive line. The offensive line helps both those things, all interconnected?
They all, they always are. I mean, I think it takes 11. Last time I looked at, to play a football game and to, go out there on offense, defense, or special teams, and you can have one guy break down on offense or defense, and you got a bad play. Because you guys have been racking up so many yards in offense, and particularly in the running game, leading up to this game, and then obviously Kenny Pickett has a terrific game. The defense maybe has been overlooked a little bit, but during this winning streak, they've been, and even before, you go back to the Notre Dame game, they've been really, really good.
Carney going nowhere. Great pursuit that time. Newman under pressure, and he's brought down, all 6'4" of them, taken down by a swarm.
Hey, great job, defense. Hey, they don't score, we win, period. Keep it going.
Newman has nowhere to go. Oh, great defense there. George met immediately by Jackson.
Dane Jackson. He comes and he lays the lumber.
We've done some good things. We've had our inconsistencies as well, again, on both sides of the football. I think sometimes the offense feeds off the defense and the defense feeds off the offense. So I think never are they both in sync together playing great football. I mean, there's always going to be that, who's playing better than the other side, and the defense played quite well Saturday.
Pat Narduzzi has taken this team from 2-3 to winning 5 of 6. And they are minutes away from the official Coastal coronation.
Look, we talked about bowl eligibility last week. We have to talk about the Coastal Division Championship, first ever in Pitt's history. That's got to be a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. The feeling ends when you put on the tape of Miami. It ends real quick. It almost numbs you when you look at it like, oh boy. But, I was happy for our kids. They had a great time in that locker room after the game. They enjoyed that second half of that football game, and they earned it. And I think, anytime you earn it, it wasn't like, it would have made me sick if we'd have lost that game. And then, by the time we landed in Pittsburgh, found out that Virginia got beat by Georgia Tech, and, we're still the champions, it still wouldn't have been the same. So to have that feeling that you earned it, you didn't wait for somebody else to get it done, I think that's a major victory.
Well, you mentioned Miami. They were ranked 8th in the country in the first poll in the preseason. As early as midway through the season, they were ranked in the top 20 in the nation. By the way, the Panthers now ranked in the top 25. You also tweeted out after the game, not done yet. What about Miami makes them a difficult opponent?
There's so much speed on that field. They've got players, their defense is, in the top 5 probably in every category defensively. I mean, their total defense, I think they're number 3. They're big, physical, strong. They got a lot of experience, and Manny Diaz does a great job with that defense.
Any plans for Thanksgiving? What do you do during a Thanksgiving week? You, the team, everybody, do you get together, or does everybody kind of go their separate way, then you regroup? How does that work?
We'll have a Thanksgiving morning practice. Hopefully a few snowflakes out there. Maybe we'll play a little tag football game. But then we'll let the kids free for the rest of the afternoon they'll go to their buddies' houses, they'll come to the coaches' houses. We don't want to make a mandatory dinner. That's the last thing I think they want is to say, hey, mandatory turkey dinner at 3 o'clock. They're like, oh, not, they've seen enough of us, I think. So they want to go home. So, we'll make sure everybody's got a spot. If someone doesn't have a spot, they'll be going to the coaches, or, we'll get them set up.
Fantastic. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Appreciate it.
But a season for Pittsburgh to remember. Pat Narduzzi's team was 2-3 at the end of September. Since then, they've won 5 of 6. They've won 5 straight games in the ACC, and Narduzzi gets a bath. And it's got to feel great as Pittsburgh officially clinches the ACC Coastal Division with a 34-13 victory on the road over Wake Forest.
Thank you for watching Pitt Beyond the Script.